It's early morning at the barrio Pablo Escobar, one of the many poor quarters of Medellin. Bernie Zabala is already on his way. He operates as youth worker and is responsible for the project Football for Peace. Three times a week he brings together young people from the area to play football.
Jorge Luis. Venga. Manimal, pille ya. Manimal. Eso, vea, pille esto, vea. Venga. A jugar. Manimal, pille ya. Manimal. Uy, Pacho, no se ha bañado, Pacho, me extraña, hermano. Véalo.
Ahora voy para allá. Voy para el baño mocho. Hola. Ya salgo, me voy a bañar. Ya salgo.
Bernie Zabala calls himself Mocho the Armless after the 32-year-old lost his arm in the Civil War. Medellin. The police are everywhere, and it's no surprise. After all, for 40 years, a pitiless civil war has raged between Colombian military, paramilitary troops and guerrillas. In Medellin, the fight for money, power and drugs has cost the lives of tens of thousands of people. Above all, it's the young who have become the victims of this conflict.
Allí también murió mi hermano más querido.
My beloved brother died in the Civil War. I have myself lost my arm, but I learned that a handicap can be positive. It gave me the motivation to work with young people in this football project, because I don't want that they have to experience the same war as I did. I don't want mothers to lose any more children and children to lose any more parents.
In the barrio Pablo Escobar, children prepare for training. In Colombia, more than 18,000 young people take part in the project Football for Peace. They've all experienced the conflict firsthand. The goal of the project, to occupy young people with something meaningful, because there's a great danger that they just hang around and become hired by armed gangs. This was, for example, the experience of 16-year-old Pacho. Did Pacho have to deal with armed weapons?
Yes, Pacho had weapons and took drugs. Drugs and weapons are part of daily life for the young people here. They also become quickly acquainted with killers.
Why did you join this project?
I like football. I hope that football will help me grow. I'd like to become a professional player one day.
Before each training session, the young people must sign a contract in which they commit themselves to fair play.
Bueno, el balón no vea los compromisos de convivencia. Diga. Bueno, respeto. ¿Cuál otro? ¿Amistad?
Sí, amistad.
Otro.
Solidaridad.
Lateral no sale, bueno.
Solidarity, friendship and respect are of little concern, because in the poorer quarters of Medellin, violence is the only agenda.
When we started the project, we had a fear that young people would continue the war, but on the football pitch, they're not used to solving conflicts without force, but we risked it. And they learned by discussion that force is unnecessary.
There are special rules for Football for Peace. Those that play fair win bonus points. There is no referee. The game leader intervenes only in an emergency. It's therefore the players who ensure that the rules are kept. Girls also play. They're important because they must shoot the first goal. The boys are taught to include them in the gameplay. The young people are fully and completely behind these rules.
Otherwise, there'd be too much aggression. Those who don't follow the rules are not allowed to play.
Boys would always play amongst themselves, so now they must include us in the game if they want goals.
Sometimes it's difficult to remain fair, because there are aggressive people in the teams that provoke me, and I feel I have to respond.
At the end of play, the points for goals and fair play are negotiated. For fouls, one must apologise. Life in Medellin for many people is a daily struggle for existence. We want to visit Pacho at home. However, Mocho doesn't want to let us go alone, because he knows there are too many dangers lurking in the roads of Medellin.
Here there are many young people who take pleasure in robbing and killing. For foreigners, it's very risky. If they're unaccompanied, it's an unnecessary risk.
In the last few years, the situation in Medellin has relaxed, but it's still dramatic, with 22 murders per week. Pacho lives with 3 brothers and sisters at his mother's in very poor conditions. The father left the family. There is just enough money to survive.